Congratulations on signing up for a class with RESTOR Academy. It's the first step into a really, really exciting branch of medicine. One of the things that a lot of our students have asked us over the years, what we're going to try to answer with this video, is, okay, you're taking a class in aesthetics. How do you translate that into an interview and then hopefully into a job? Because this is a very competitive field. Lots of people, pretty much everyone wants to be in it. every female nurse in the world wants to be in aesthetics. And so the question is, what can you do to make yourself a more competitive candidate in the interview process? So Dominique, how many resumes do we usually get for each job posting?
Yeah, that's a great question. So I would say on average for every RN that we hire at RESTOR, we see approximately 100 resumes.
100 resumes.
And we may offer phone interviews to maybe 15 to 20 of those candidates.
Yeah, we see a lot of resumes. And what can someone do? What are some things that you use? Because we both have our different selection process. As medical director, there's things I'm looking for. As CEO, there's things that Dominique is looking for. What are the things that you really look for to decide which resumes go in the decline basket and who you're going to actually call for an interview?
Well, the question is, have you done something to make yourself stand out? And in this industry, what makes you stand out is very different from what you might be familiar with in applying for a standard RN job in the hospital or in a clinic. The two most important factors for me are going to be, did you write a great cover letter? And when I say a great cover letter, I want to know why you love aesthetics. It's got to be something real, and just saying, I really love to see patients in the hospital. That doesn't actually tell me why you love aesthetics. And the second thing, if it's possible, is some kind of sales experience, because this is an industry that it's really a combination of medicine and service to our patients, and service to our patients who are not using insurance to pay for their services. So those two things are the most important non-clinical elements that I look for. And of course the third, which we all, everyone is looking for this. Every one of us, every person who is hiring in medical aesthetics is looking for experience.
And I'm going to piggyback kind of off what Dominique was saying. There's a reason why experience matters so much more in aesthetics than it does necessarily in a hospital or a clinic job. So, when you go to nursing school, you get trained, you get this tremendous, amazing amount of training, right? You spend years learning all this anatomy and physiology and these different procedures. And then when you graduate with that RN, what that says to any hospital, any clinic, anywhere, it says this person has the baseline skills to step into my organization, and they'll need to know, like, where's the coffee maker, where's the bathroom, how do I log into the computer, but they're going to have the skills necessary to immediately start contributing to my organization. That's the purpose of that degree, right? The thing about aesthetics, one of the things about aesthetics, is it's a really new field. It's this amazing field that's always changing, always growing, super new, and those are the things that are so exciting about it. We love those things about it. But the flip side of that is there's no degree in aesthetics, right? There's no school that someone can go to where they'll take a whole bunch of classes and come out with a degree that says, I'm an aesthetic injector, right? So there's nothing that can tell a potential employer, I am qualified to do this, except for having experience in the field. There are no degrees, right? So given that there are so few experienced injectors, because the field is growing exponentially, so the number of people who actually have had time to get experience is small compared to the demand that we have for experienced people. So a lot of times as a medical director, what I'll look for, I get the vast majority of resumes we get are inexperienced people who have never been in aesthetics before. I want to see that that person has taken some time and effort and gone out to get some of the skills that will be necessary. I know I'm still going to have to train them probably for 6 to 9 months, and that's okay. I want to know that that person cares enough about aesthetics, cares enough about their career, that they're going to invest in themselves, take some kind of a class, do some shadowing, do something that shows that they understand that they need additional skills, additional from what they've gotten with their RN, in order to succeed in this field. I really like to see that. So when I'm screening resumes, if they've taken a class, if they've done some shadowing, if they have taken it upon themselves to get some of the stuff they need, even though they're not experienced yet, that still has value to me.
let's say you've taken a class. What can you hope will come out of that?
It's a great question. At RESTOR Academy, the first thing that comes out of any person who takes our class is clinical excellence. We really, really pride ourselves on how rigorous our instruction is. We are not just like a checkbox diploma mill kind of place. Like, we will turn out students who really understand the anatomy, understand the physiology, can do safe and effective treatments. Our instructors are phenomenal. Our instructors are just amazing. We really, really pride ourselves on turning out excellent students. Because of that, we really enjoy a reputation in our community for having students who are exceptional. When we see people come through our classes that really, really shine, just have those amazing hands, that amazing clinical ability, not only do we prefer to hire from our own classes, we do internships and things from our own classes, but also frequently when doctors in the community are hiring, they will reach out to me and say, hey, Dr. Waples, like, have you seen a good student come through recently? Like, I need someone like now. Can you send me the resumes of the 3 best students you've seen in the last 6 months? And we do that. We absolutely believe in placing our students because we believe our students have they are head and shoulders above anyone else because we have this amazing, amazing training program, amazing instructors. We believe in our students, and we believe in our students enough that I will put my personal reputation behind them and say, hey, this person's great, take this person. You know?
Many students come in to RESTOR Academy saying to us, I want to be in aesthetics. I've been a nurse for, maybe 5 years in the hospital, 10 years, however long, and I really want to get into aesthetics, but right now I can't even get an interview.
Very common, because of the number of resumes that come in for each job. You got to remember, for each job posting, we're going to see about 100 resumes.
So once you've taken a class, like our boot camp for neurotoxin, are students more likely to get interviews?
Absolutely, absolutely. One thing I think it's important for people to know about the field of aesthetics is whoever hires you the first time is probably going to be spending about 6 to 9 months training you. The fields of aesthetics is huge, and it involves a lot of science and medicine, and it's absolutely fascinating work. But you're going to take about 6 to 9 months of training in order to get to the point where you can really practice independently. So as a doc, when I am looking at resumes and saying, who am I going to invest this really substantial amount of time and effort in, it really makes a difference to me if it's somebody who is also invested in themselves. If it's somebody who believes in themselves enough to go out, take a class, to go out, shadow somebody. The fact that they believe in themselves that much, that they're willing to invest in their future, makes me so much more willing to invest along with them. So whenever I see that someone has taken a class, that someone has taken those proactive steps to do something, not just, I want a career, but I want a career and therefore I did this. That absolutely puts them on my short list for an interview, no question.
Absolutely. And I think that we've seen that with our students. They definitely have gone from, sort of, they're not standing out in that crowd to, after the class, now they're getting interviews at medical aesthetics practices in Denver, and that's something we're very proud of.
Yeah. I actually was speaking to one of our former students today who was saying that, after she completed the class, she went out within a month, had 3 in-person interviews, which is pretty exceptional if you think about the number of people applying for these jobs, the number of people that never make it to the interview stage. So after the interview, then that's up to you, but we can get you, we can get you there. Yeah.
As we are talking about training and the kind of training that's going to make you stand out in this sea of resumes, are there any programs or any particular types of training that are more meaningful to you as a physician?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is something I think that students kind of have to fend for themselves out there a little bit, and so I will give you my best advice. I'm not going to name names, but there are several large national companies that do trainings that are quite brief given the amount of material being covered. So whenever you go, if you're searching online for a course like that, you see a course that is going to teach you all of aesthetics in a day or two, that probably means they're just going to take your money and send you out because it's too big of a field to cover in a day or two. When I'm looking at courses, I want to see that there was study of anatomy before the course, because you can't learn all of anatomy and then also learn the hands-on injecting in a day. It's just, no matter how smart someone is, you can't do that. I want to see that there was written material to study beforehand. I want to know that there was hands-on injecting experience and not just one model. You can't learn all of injecting doing it once. You got to do several. You got to do it for hours at a time so that you get that memory in your hands. So really for me, it's how in-depth the course is. And something that kind of is a stand-in for that is, are there study materials ahead of time? Are there tests that you have to take to prove that you learned the stuff? How much hands-on experience did you get? And who are your instructors? If your instructors are people who are respected in their community, who have been injecting for years, who do absolutely beautiful work and have a reputation for excellence, that means a lot more to me than some kind of diploma mill down in, let's say, Arizona somewhere, for example. So I look for the length of the class, how in-depth it is, and the quality of the instructors, and those are the things that matter the most to me. So congratulations again on enrolling in a training course at RESTOR Academy. We are so proud of the curriculum we've put together, and we are really excited to see you on your hands-on injecting day.